learning tonight more about why investigators say a deputy shot a 20-year-old man in St. John Parish. Tonight, that man is in critical condition. And as Mike McDaniel reports, after calls for transparency, the sheriff showed videos and pictures to explain why he says his office found no fault with law enforcement.
This new information comes 3 days after the shooting, and the sheriff stands by his deputy, saying actions were justified. Surveillance video shows what St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff Mike Trege says led up to one of his deputies shooting a man early Sunday morning.
I wish it didn't happen, but it did. And here we are.
Trege says this car stopped at the intersection of the Interstate 10 West off-ramp and Highway 51 for just more than an hour. Trege says the driver, 19-year-old Kendall Pembroke, then drove forward across the highway into a marshy area, partially submerging the car. Trege says deputies showed up for a rescue mission.
I had people who actually called it in, stayed on the blacktop, and watched the vehicle the whole time until we got there.
In the 12 to 18 minutes it took officers to find the car, Trege says neither Pembroke nor his passenger, 20-year-old Jacoby Williams, tried to get out or even call for help. Trege says when his deputy, Shaquille Guerin, opened the front passenger door, there was an assault rifle sitting in Williams' lap.
Once that weapon was spotted, my officers drew their weapons.
Trege says Williams was ordered to not move, which he complied with, but only for a moment.
Jacoby Williams resisted and snatched away from the grab of the officer and grabbed the AK-47.
That's when Deputy Guerin fired one shot. Family members say Williams was shot in the nose, with the bullet going through his jaw and out his neck.
It's my personal opinion that these officers were simply acting out of fear.
Chandrell Perilou with the St. John NAACP believes deputies were there to save two men, but argues there's a lack of training at the sheriff's office and says body cameras should be part of the uniform.
There should be policies and procedures set in place with the sheriff department to train officers mentally and physically how to engage with individuals when they are called in the line of duty when guns are involved.
A second handgun was also found in the car. Family members say they are legally registered. After the shooting, Trege says deputies gave medical care and rushed Williams to the hospital.
I believe they tried to save his life, and I believe that their efforts have proven so far that they did a good job.
Once released from the hospital, Williams faces 4 counts of aggravated assault on an officer and 1 count of resisting with force. Pembroke was issued a traffic citation for reckless operation and then arrested for an outstanding warrant on a separate traffic violation, but then bonded out. Deputy Guerin, a 5-year veteran, is on paid administrative leave until this investigation is complete. Reporting from LaPlace, Mike McDaniel, Eyewitness News.